yɛde emamo anopai yɛde the Ghanaian Times ebo eso anase yɛde hyase na krata anim hanom no yɛde Yera Godfred Dame Yaboa papai oba yeman Ghana anomo a wono ene attorney general na papai say yankama Ghana fo nyina entiase se podwa ene kwawura ekoso say deputy
Kessben
deputy speaker ontimi entoaba obetuaba ontimi ntoaba obetima atoaba ontimi ntoaba no waka ne pain sesese de obetimi atoaba ne bi obetimi atoaba na waka kire Supreme Court saa enti ho ensam wo no wode ho amanebo enso so aba afei magistrate atemuafo a wonom ewo Ghana omubu afu papa ni nyina no eye mrasebetwani ogina ode ma de hye ewo Medina abato mpesua so na papa no asema okoka ye na no san oye ojaji ni anaso oye temuani ewo Ghana hanom na se wankasa wudi amanyuko bi achi na ubu ntanchia ewo wankasa odwumadie mu a saa wo George ni kuro no se amanyuko na wudi na chi a omo hye okutu pama wo ye de opa bia no saa aban ni free so a wo jaji ni kuro no wo behwe se wo susu bedi achi bi no akosa nei ajaje fo akaseti ya sa ne nsam no kan no sabi nyansa bi adanim o makasa pa no ho ensam so anapai the Ghanaian Times wonom abo ho amane enso hanmo afei ukobunu mantamu nso a gentrani de ma NDP amanyuko no Kwame bafo abronye an wono so na anum ho so na no asem ekoyi nika ona no kopaye ma no so ye che no sabre enura okokot no court aman bill 100,000 Ghana cedis no 1 billion and nei wade ato ni tiri so anopai the Ghanaian Times eso so aboho amane anopai ewo eye krata ni mu agoso ya fabi so so
mikuta the graphic the daily graphic the obokrata ewa hasei na oman Ghana ye ne Rwanda na fe Senegal ye nyina yaka ba chirimu ya sa amen ya adwene se ye pese ye si plant ewa ha jase baby a ye betimi aye vaccination se bia yare bi ti atese COVID-19 ya abai ni de keka wan ye so ye betimi aye mpane no a ye betimi awowo na ye de aboye ho eban enti oman Ghana Senegal fo ka ho na fe Rwanda eni abo ye tirimu po a ye tu sa anamon no na wo share front page ya se nso a mehunu ye nwura asenso boache bantima asenso boache wa ye mrahye bedwani a wogina ma amanfo a wonom wo bantima ne importemu na ono anso ye osofo wo enyuma ena fei adansie ensam so wate basofo bedwako bia wamo eba beye hwehwemu ne ehunu aban na japade awodo bi hon ma aban asase obetimi dia ye mpuntuduma obehwa na nkrofo bi kura didi akom enti sa bedwako nu na ebehwa se ye betimi abo aban na japade awodo nyina eho ban meho asante hene na nakona do yi adomo wotoso miensa wa ha na enura na nya sam keto akra bia yire fi asante kotoko hene na boboa no ya chese enura empanifo atwetwe wuro ko bi amami ye di ni sisuo no efie pare enumunie na ne mudie mu waboa ama oman so ya mamre etu emponti empanifo ko bi nyina no maami na anniversary no a enunti eno mokoye eno akumase na adaje eniposo wei eye dedeli graphic
afei mamemfa daily guide enso so na said ye di kan ba ho amane nya de mekompie di kan ho asem wo say deputy speaker so meto aba na so monto aba no sa be de nya kan pentwan say de ombetima to aba no enti wo mo ekomanim sa daily guide e de ho amane bo aba beto anim anamo afei elevi sie ba ya tumu anase yanyi ntumu no so no Yera Ben Efsen papai ye kana abatom nsem awo ye Ghana hanamo a papai odi makotene pa wo so no de said niema sisi kika ko ene de niema asisi buboba no won de wa resemu se elevi no Ghana ye begya tumu MPP behe ama no aye adwuma aho asemo so no anopai daily guide e de ho ama ne bo aba fei kwamba fo abronye wono so ye de nemfo nyina ba beto dendenden a waba no mu ni nyina no aye nei court grant a wa grant ne bill 100,000 Ghana cedi titisika no 1 billion anopai wo de ho ama ne bo enso so aba wa hanoma ni nyina ho nsemo no otobi na so kenkan a ene ubehu sede ho emanebo ene emu ensam sisiti ensam no de dodo no a ene wo eye daily guide mu na okokata fa to so enkro a minority no omubu afu papa na wonom kire se omontiase na omudwene ho so a omontiase so kwampo no onye yie ni nyina no eye electricity charges ya se so omudwene se aban we Now no say Mr. Speaker obo ho enkomo koda electricity charges ya aban na 200% no wo mo so mo dwene ho mo ntiase yeda enti aban no won hwe sabre ya ho kire baafu a edo kro Ghana fo aho kire ababa ya Ghana fo komu aban we nwene Ghana fo ho wo so de won tie da da on the electricity charge no betum na minority leader empanyimfo no ranking member empanyimfo ba ko di mu akotene pa Yera John Abdullahi Jinapo was already a catch by Pinjan saying, one where NASA electricity charges are what to mu bebribino, one where no one so Magana for Nagana Fukumu and so and how money manina 18 cost. And Mr. Speaker, interesting. O call my myself a few more. Wow, papa, and so for what near you. Achamino or my message a few more. Our bank and fast man about we a few on more. What was a fada, no more man of fans are babaging too. I mean, part of home and was hey, now Mohoya dear. Ya Buffy say about Bayadmo, ya Mahasi about Bediagro. Now Fado,
nickname on with the man.
It was on your catch from say, you were brave, Diagro, and your time on so serious business. If you know, catch Romo says half Fado, Fada Munyai. Omunya so manya dia ene ye wono mu bi kapa nti ho asemo so na anura nya asam ketwa wo wu hanu ma anura me video na na wiem ho ba no mienu oba bi wo wu hanu mo se fada na nya minority no nko a o majority susu di akire bi na mo ma na fans nko a wo se masa munya botre wo time dey serious business ene wo time dey ye
fans bi wo wa ye de ba wo ase di watam
ni ase jojo obi say nti wose onum enya sanema nti won samana pai daily guide enso so abaho amane ye hanom
the new crusading guide the bokrata e wa hase speaker na national lottery authority penifo e na omo edisca 10 million Ghana cedi akobo aban wo be kai se enano a yira kan no for riata akokenka budget no aban ni so ade hunu bi a wo se eye start bi a papa no e boss so se beboa emebu no ma wo mo anso so atimi abo mo ho so aye mo bibi no say you start no eno na NL for wo mo de sa 10,000 million Ghana cedi no wo mo de 10 million Ghana cedi no wo mo de kwa akowure mu se de be ya aban ani so ade hunu ebebem na me hunu yira Xavier Sosu e wa ha se agegefo ya mo wo oman mu eno mo nyina adwena akọba nkrom woni anim mra no magistrate ka ye fan sa judge fo ne wo mo keka ho eno wo matwe yewra Xavier Sosu ade na ko general legal council say na no wo bie na no ka asem bi na nya kora adan a wo se ya mranimfo a wo mo wo man mu wo bie ade ne ho afofore amanyosem na sa asem na wo ka ye no wo mra magina anyina so bi a wo kura ye no nti wo hunu say ene lawyers ne judges a wo mo wo man mu wo mo de wo mo ho awurawura amanyokuo bi mu wo mo ade no akọ eyesa general legal council honomu and I say NDC so eja dem pa the new crusading guide say eja da NDC mu if you say NDC mu gurus ni bi wo honomu and I MPC ni bi wo mo achemienu say tu say e levy wo mo say yensha na NDC fo nsha no mo anya tu
mami nya djuma we
okay
ewa homane so mami kwa homane so na me ne honorable Anderson Dogbe enkodi enkomo wono mrahye bedwane for the very good people of Ashaman was also a member of the ad hoc committee parliament set up say womunhwe na Sputnik V the health minister and sensem no womuntimi eni ho ejuma. Honorable member, if you can hear me, good morning, thank you for your time.
Good morning, my brother. Good morning to your listeners.
Very well. I'm so grateful that you could join us this morning. But first of all, is it true and is it a fact that the ad hoc committee, members of that particular committee, agreed on consensus, the very recommendations you have made in the report you have put out?
Well, thank you very much. Yes, basically that is true. Fundamentally, we have agreed on the report that was adopted yesterday by consensus. And so even yesterday, it was adopted in the House by consensus as well. So, but that does not prevent us from taking the next line of action. The procedures in Parliament has allowed us to do same and then go ahead to trigger any standing orders or constitutional provision. And so it's still in place.
Okay, but on what basis will you agree on consensus at committee level, for which your findings are being made clear to the plenary, and then take a U-turn, especially with the members of the health committee, of which your ranking member is the leader on that same committee, the ranking on that same committee, and then vice chair of the ad hoc committee that initiated the investigation into this Sputnik V saga?
Yeah, when you talk of consensus, it could be either positive or negative. What were our findings? We said that the man breached certain provisions of the Procurement Act. We also recommended that the man also breached at certain provisions of the 1992 Constitution that, contract of this nature supposed to be brought to Parliament for approval. You did not do that. The committee also found out that some substantial amount was paid to the contractor in question without any supply of those vaccines. And so these are all recommendations, and these are all in the negative that we all agreed on at the committee level and also at the plenary. What we did not do, which is not a problem, was that we did not recommend the sacking of the minister. Neither did we recommend his stay in office.
And what,
do you understand?
Yes, I do understand you, but why did the committee decide to leave the entire nation in an imbalanced form?
Yeah, that is what I said, that we have our standing orders, we have the provision of the Constitution, and that you can also do the same as we did now and trigger another provision of the Constitution. And that is exactly what we do. Because we have allowed the system to work, we have allowed an imbalance, let me say, not necessary imbalance, because when you look at the findings of the committee, you definitely realize that certain anomalies were found, and there was so much, wrongdoing in our findings. And so, the first thing remains that if you are able to come out with those findings and recommendations, you can still go ahead, either to recommend the sacking of the minister or to leave it like that. And when you come to the plenary, you know the report of the committee, we just do our work, but it must be adopted at the plenary, and that is in the chamber. And so whatever happens in the chamber supersedes whatever happens at the committee level. We will recommend to the plenary will take decision on whatever recommendations we have done. In the same vein, plenary can also make amendments to the report that we submit. You understand? That is how
I do agree with you, but the chairman of the ad hoc committee, your own chairman, the Honorable Maakye, is telling you that both parties on the committee agreed on consensus, the recommendations made in the report. And so he does not understand why there is a U-turn from the minority side on this particular subject. Now, he goes further to state that you agree, and you as part of your findings, you recommended that the monies paid to Sheikh should be refunded, and that has been done appropriately. And so it is in the right direction that the minister has done the needful. There is no need for petitioning. There is no need raising a motion on censor.
Yeah, there are two things involved here. Now, if we recommended that the monies be, refunded, and same has been done, it does not prevent us from holding public officers accountable. Otherwise, all these things may be happening in one institution or the other, and the only thing that will be done is to refund the money and go scot-free and maintain your position. There must be punitive measures against all these kind of actions. And two, if Honorable Appiah Kubi is saying that, probably because we all agreed on consensus or recommendation, whatever, that or based on the report, for that matter, what we trigger in Parliament is unsubstantiated, then the procedure of the House, the processes of the House must determine same. Speaker must reject the motion we table. If it did not have any space in our standing orders, our constitutional provisions, the Speaker can dismiss it. But as far as Speaker admits it, it means that it is legitimate that we do that. And so it is not out of place. Yes, you can understand Honorable Appiah. He was the chair of the committee, and this minister belongs to his side, even though he's our colleagues. Definitely, his duty is to make sure that he protects the minister and he protects the committee for that matter. So you can understand him on that line. And so there's nothing wrong with his comment. But as I'm saying, if there's something wrong with what we did yesterday or what triggered the Article 82 that we triggered, then Parliament should just reject our motion. And if that is done, it means that it did not find space in our standing, or they did not find space in our procedures, did not find space in the Constitution.
Yeah, but I think their argument and then the debate, it is not about whether it being founded on law to raise that motion in Parliament. But a simple question is that you were a member of the committee, likewise your other colleagues from the minority side were all part of the committee. You sat together, interviewed the minister, you had an oral evidence from the minister. You had other source of document to peruse and to see where the fact actually lies. Now you had it in mind, and you, the minority side, purposely knew that there had to be some level of punishment for the minister, but you did not recommend same at the time of the committee's work.
And so what is wrong with that? If we are not able, you see, when you are going to war, you prepare. And you don't expose all your arsenals at that level. If you have proposed that, if you have different ways of killing a cat, you can choose any of them. Is that not it? And so I'm telling you that the way of killing this one, we have chosen a different angle altogether. And it could be that we did not want to preempt what exactly recommendation or exact recommendation we were making. And don't also forget that the committee was made up of 9. 4 opposition, that is in the NDC side, and then 5 MPP. Is that not it? But what was signed, this thing that was signed yesterday was about 137 MPs, including those in the committee. And so, as I said earlier, we can take decision at the committee level, but at the plenary, members of parliament can say that, no, the decision you took, we do not agree. We have to go this way. And it's all found in law and the procedures of the House.
But even with the sustainability of the motion raised yesterday, it's as well in question, because you would have to have 2/3 of the majority of members of parliament to be able to move the motion and also to cause an action against the honorable health minister. In the absence of this,
you have 1/3 to move the motion, 1/3 of the House to move the motion, and you have 2/3 of the House, yes, to do same. To whatever removal you are, vote of no confidence, you need 2/3 to do that.
Now, you have a point where the majority side is telling you that you are right, your motion is founded on law, but as to how you can get it sustained is also a problem, because now after you have moved it, the preliminary will have to discuss it and then agree on same motion, of which you would require about close to 46 or 48 members from the majority side to make this motion a wholesome one. How are you going to do this?
Yeah, we need about 46 members from the majority side. And when we get there, we know how to do it. You know, we have been masters of this game. And so don't worry about it. We knew how we did it to elect the speaker. And we knew how we are doing it still against the E-levy. So don't worry about that one. We shall still do that. And I will not expose our strategies on air. But don't forget that it is not everybody from the majority side that is in favor of what the minister did. So you don't have problem.
And so you have your strategies in place. I believe secret voting will be a part of it.
Exactly so. And so this one is not about whipping somebody in line. You go and vote and show to your chief whip. You go and vote and show it to your chief whip. No, that is not it. This is secret voting. And same is going to be done. And we will ensure same is done.
I see. And so at the point where you are unable to move this motion through, it means that the Honorable Health Minister still remains at post and does his work in support of the state, right?
Oh, yes, that is it. That is so. in the unlikely event that we are unable to succeed, he still remains his post. But that will go a long way to be in his record as the first minister that has been, tried to, to bring the vote of no confidence in. It doesn't really change anything anyway.
So, as part of your investigation, did you come across any form of action that related to corruption or corruption-related issues?
All the activities were related to corruption. It's just that we are playing around the whole issue. If you are able to pay an amount of money to somebody who did not apply anything, there's corruption in there. If you are not able to, adhere to the constitutional provision, there's corruption. Procurement, provisions, that's corruption. The whole issue, there are a lot of corruption, elements of corruption around what we investigated. Just that we are playing, colleagues are playing around the whole thing as if there has not been any wrongdoing. What is corruption?
Then it means the committee is not really helping the state. Because if there are other facts that can equally come to bear on this particular subject, and then we are not seeing it as part of the report, then it means that the committee is not helping the state in fighting some of this canker.
I am not saying that there are other facts. All the facts that we provided, even as it is now, the report, when you read it as it is now, you as a layman, you understand that, there are corrupt activities that went on. But just that we did not come out with a headline that corruption activity. You understand? There's a corrupt activity that the minister perpetrated. No, that is the only thing we did not do. But when you read the report in its entirety, you realize that all the findings were related to corruption or related activities.
So as it stands, the motion has been moved. When do we go back for the debate?
The motion has not been moved yet. Yes, we tabled the motion. It will take 7 days. Then we start the debate. So I'm sure by next week, Wednesday, we'll begin the debate on that matter. That is how it is done. You need a 1/3 to table it. Then you move it after 7 days. Then during that period, that is where the debate will happen. So at the debate, you hear a lot of information and then certain, revelations.
You still have the minister responding to some issues at plenary, right?
Oh, definitely. The minister, by the constitution, the minister will also have to, you need to give the minister opportunity to also respond. So he has the right under the constitution to also respond to some of the allegations that we leveled against him, and the reason for which it should not be sacked, or it should not be the vote of censure should not be passed into it.
Okay. But are you happy with the work done by the ad hoc committee?
Oh well, I'm very much happy. I'm very much happy. All along, we did a very good work. What we did not do, which people are complaining about, is that kind of recommendation that the minister be sacked. And I can tell you that it was a strategy that we in the minority did not propose that. But otherwise, everything, we went into every details of the agreement, and we realized a lot of infractions which we brought to bear. So we did very good work.
Yeah, but did the committee have that power to recommend same whether the sacking of the minister from office? Because I've read the terms of reference for the committee. So did you have that power?
That was one of our our bane, because the terms of reference did not tell us to do same, and so there was no way we could do it. All that could be done would be at the plenary, and that is what is happening now. If the terms of reference had, giving us that kind of authority, the impetus to recommend that the minister ought to recommend anything otherwise, we would have done that. But it was not part of our terms of reference. We had about 7 or 9 terms of reference, which we dealt with. but that particular aspect was not part of it. And I think that has informed the lawyers on the committee to say that we shouldn't recommend anything to that effect. Otherwise, that will invalidate the report.
Okay. I will thank you very much. I'm grateful for your time.
Most grateful, my brother.
Okay. And the Honorable Ernest Norbert Nogbe Anna Menino Eddie and Komono na bringing us to exactly 57 minutes after 7. We are grateful for your time this morning. But Komono and in simple terms, NDC for no moving motion. So Ebeya minister no yempam no na motion no ye moving no ebe take 7 days for the house to debate it. Nti emrasebidwafo no ebe di ho nkomo wo mo bebobo ho no mo ahwe se de minority no can no nyansa bi ewo mu ana. But se ekoba ne sa akra no a esese wo munya 2/3 of the members of parliament 275 no esese wuchemu miensa emu mienu agitum se ane kwaku agimamenu yempam no manenko esanse sebisabi bia wabo mine kro no ananso se wo more mine kro no se sa na tie dia NDC were 137 members of parliament, NPP was same entino wo mo behia se NPP for no mako aduana nsia eba beka wo mo ho ansa na wo mo atimi agye atomu se ekoba ne se Emrasebedwafo ni nyina no agi atomu se yempam kwaku agiba menu no nkodia at the time no wo moto sa aba ni we dia o mampanyi ni choice bia de be ya ne se emrasebedwam na aye enti obepam minister ma minister akọ but yedru ho a yebehwe eno no so be de pa se majority side no ebetimi afogo wo mo party ama 46 votes se fa kan wo de ho anyway bibia timi si no bagbende ne yehu de course wo kroma ba reziga so na mintie ne kakra na.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, and these are the issues.
Yes.
Now, what's your terms of reference now? Committee, no, yadema womuso mufanye jumana. Okay. As part of their terms of reference, no, womuntimi and recommend this kwajima menu yampamono. Ananso se emayampamono. Okay. Yes. And no say womu koye bibisa and recommend this same anka enono ebe go a year. Contrary to the yediama womu ankasa se womunko enkonko ye hu adwuma enti main kind terms of reference no kakra na bremu. Okay, enti the committee members in the composition Honorable Alexander Afenyo Markin and a chairperson Kwame Appiah Kubi, ranking member on the health committee, was the vice chair, and Mr. Bernard Ehiafo a member, Mr. Kwame Enyimadu Entry, a member. Dr. Yao Efri, Nana Yao Efri was a member. Mr. Ernest Henry Nogbe, the Enini Dim Komosi, and also Ashama Mrashibi Janin, so a member. Mrs. Elizabeth Ofusua Jare was a member, and Mr. Omar Farouk Aliu Mahama, former president Aliu Mahama Bano, was part of it, and Miss Sheila Battels was a member. In terms of reference, this is what they were expected to do. The terms of reference for the committee were as follows. One, to determine whether the transaction with respect to procurement and supply of Sputnik V for COVID-19 vaccines between government of the Republic of Ghana, represented by the Ministry of Health, and represented by the Ministry of Health and the private office of His Highness Sheikh Ahmed Damok Al Maktoum, and then SL Global qualifies as an international business or economic transaction under Article 181. It is simply transaction na ye call ya ye kwako ye no Ghana ye kwa yesika ana ya riaba na yesi yokotonro. Okay, enro na ye kwakoto no se wo cross border na enye company bia eye Ghana ni dia eye Ghana company e wo Ghana ha ana ye tonro na free na ye tonro no e de free company a e wa ama na ni dia. Then Article 181 no say say you consider as international transaction. And he say you be go into any international transaction there. As I say you come Rashebedwam, mam Rashebedwam ye den. Ejitum no mo hwehwe mo say ade ne ye pese ye koye no ye betimi akwakoye. One the committee's assignment wo mudwumadi an so mudi nyina ne say say wo mo hwe man hwehwe mu mapa eba. Say saa ade na ye no ade na health minister ye no okotondo naba ye betimi aka se international transaction and of course
it was established that
committee Nadia to say
it was
international transaction. Point 2 said to determine whether the procurement processes was followed and priority of same. Enti emra say aban pese wokoto ade aban pese oni obi kodidwa wo ton ade aban pese wo beto bia emra wo ho no ensese wo ho a e wose aban ankasa ye den efa so okay enti emra no ekire the minister no esese wo ye in terms of procurement contract no esese odeba wode be call attorney general ho aban lawyer panyin ama aban lawyer panyin ama na futuo wo ho okay the contractual agreement at the time ebia obi person will breach contract na the SSC ye the SSC nyina no ni nyina no e part of the procurement processes emra no okenkan a ebekire oni nyina and that was the job. Now point 3 said to determine whether the services of a middleman were procured in the transaction, and if so, the priority of same having regard to the relevant laws. It is obekaya na ye kasi businessman bi na wono ye middleman wono no di shake ne ba ye minister kra say won share dan hu shake ne da wo mu di nkomo wo phone so ani ade now committee na dwuma ba ko na se omo ye no se sa nipa no ye ntem ginafo na wo gina Ghana na mu ani shake na na mu a wono no eye third party a wo hwe say transaction no ebetimi a go through no eyade a na eyade papa ni yehia sa nipa no kra say wo be ye sa adwuma na nanso se na yehia no could it have been say nka Ghana aban any minister ankasa ebeko shake no direct ene na ko deal ana na yehia obi so wono be yentem ginafo amasa o my Ghana ana fe shake no office na na and then and also one more establishing now was it to ascertain the cost of the vaccines controversial one. Vaccine no yes ye kotoba akubia $19. Yes, at the time other countries amaya hodo aka no na obi ko $10
to $10.
Okay. And
the maximum, let us establish that the maximum obia to no wiase and the super $10. But it will range from $8 to $10. But the maximum $19.
Okay. And first of all, I was a comment in the show who said $19 near the Ekotoye. No, was there anything like value for money? Yeah, say 19. No, I don't know the cheapest price I give it to me. And the comment in the Jumano. No. Now, I said to determine whether any consideration has passed from the government of the Republic of Ghana to the middleman, the suppliers, or any other person in respect of the transaction. Okay, enti womujuma dia womunyina womudi nipa no yentem ginafo no ye hwese ye di bibia manana ye ne na sign contract ye tue sika bia manana ene saa ne ye ma ekeka ho ne nyina afei womu nso a womu kura nuro na ankasa na ye benya nuro no de afiri womu ho no ye tue sika bi dia ma womu ana, and it was established say ye tue sika de ma womu, right? $2.8 million o convert here, it is somewhere around 16.3 million Ghana cedis. It was established that Yetuya Bibisa, but no, ana committee ne chairman, Ura Fejo Markin Kase, Sasikana Yetuya Yeno. One more recommendation say, Minister, and taking up the processes. Na shaking into Yesikana Ghana back. One more bet me a confirm, Mrs. Shake no, Yesikana back, Eddie Ghana.
But by the Minister of Finance, Minister of Finance was asked to to spark the process near GSC. Yeah.
Okay. Now the last point is to inquire into any other matter connected with the intended purchase and supply of Sputnik V vaccine in the agreement between the government of the Republic of Ghana and the private office of His Highness Sheikh Ahmed Al-Maktoum, and then SL Global. Now SL Global no wamudini said that mabebre because SL Global for no a Ghanaian owned company. Okay, and it is a Ghanaian owned company. Committee ni focus any SL Global so because one more there a Ghanaian company and one no transaction no, it cannot be termed or considered as international transaction. It is some way somehow no okay report and I won't say SL Global for no wamudini said that mabebre but shaking it it is considered as international transaction. Now Ziga ahana me what problem no. Now to inquire into any other matter connected with the intended purchase and supply of Sputnik V vaccine in the agreement between the government of the Republic of Ghana and the private office of the Sheikh. Okay, and aside say yenye no explicit enka say monhwehwemu na yenka say bi a dream ne ketasese bi ko mu no sa last point we ema committee no the opportunity to even go further and then consider other sources of document. One between investigation to other people are one assume so me involved with the transaction to find out a particular thing be one person find it out. Now say sir recommendation we sir terms of reference we what it means that you require a corresponding recommendation to this to the last point they make a note here. Yes, it is say the sir terms of reference we am aside the listening na one was stating clearly no the last point no terms of reference no a dear recommendation na one de mai wo ho they make a note here. Yes, the other matters related no e bi ni say nka Ghana for hwe ni mu say committee ni beka say kwaku agiba menu ade no ye ne ketasese ni proye wom yempam no anama me yempam no ananso say ketasese ni proye bia ni. But committee did not do that on their work. And those are snapshots of a year the committee's report. Yeah,
Mr. Speaker, where Mr. Appiah Maakye, Deputy Majority Leader, Efriban, and Maakye MPP side, Parliament, other side in the Basse is a bad faith. Say almost say charm. The minority ni say charm person on persecute the man. And on emmemu ho. Adequate emmemu ho say they should understand say they are doing politics. And parliament no more no. Politics in no mean at all. Good. So it is politics. So how will you know say the minority saved that issue for future? It's a no the emmemu ho crowd they should not go there. Now report neb I now can kind. Adia bakwa committee ni jano report ni mua mea kasa na eyem nwanwane say man ne katre o mo say health minister no o katre committee ni say the reason why I want go through the processes na ye pentem ama ya take the second jab tin you ya pentem na ya take the second jab no that time no ni yawo AstraZeneca meboa good ni yawo AstraZeneca etina ebra no a na esi edi wo the second jab no na it getting closer etu obi a ono no was suffer covid da no no nim kwan a covid you obi a say the CCT no na say o defile all the you fit say the protocols and make sure say yes akadro no ni ya hitting the second jab but Mr. Speaker obi bia wa ayina na didi no AstraZeneca no almost put the V for the second jab mewa si e wo AstraZeneca the second jab no should be AstraZeneca eti Sputnik V na no akofa aba e hono na emamu ho na emo wa say the committee report o matibi an capture no so anka ho say the Sputnik V no a powder in the powder format obaba be mix it and san ye dia wo but AstraZeneca no e syrup eti hodo kwa no entro kakra ba mu a eno no committee na ntimi establish na Mr. Speaker let me start make I say Madam Zifa Ativo na me for the crazy appear before parliament or call parliament echo answer questions efa the bus branding that 116 buses and what some combine. And he was not able to answer questions. I account for 3.6 million Ghana cedis a call bus branding. And no catch a committee say they should give him give her time. Obaba be finish finish parliament with document a say sika omuyusu ye fa the bus branding no pepepe that was about him say 19th meboa 23rd and a man woman resign here or resign say asem no asi on the time as a transport minister but there was not and I said there were not a committee and I said court to be and a share say my man resign court to be any one more madam defative na me fa the crazy o pronounce the guilty say Bas Brandon no na woman ye guilty. But on one kasa hu baby na ade ne kono. 2015 annual report on the Petroleum Revenue Fund. I can reveal this issue by him. Who said ade ne kono ono under her political belt supervision. And as says Sikano, ye koko tuaya e kofa problem by him. And on one kasa resign. So shut their mammy ye na. Papa we wa mwana ho. Mr. Ajima Menu, one image at all. I'm telling you by fact. Because this is the man of integrity. What heady and I say, what chair public accounts committee pay me boy. Omwa say semi say efa obohono. He sit preside and make sure that some conform baby obedi sika bia fa bia ya de sa de naba.
Yes.
What I say, Adiana we are no good.
Especially with the Auditor General.
Auditor General report. What I say, Adiana we are no good. And I say, no good. Would the officer, would the Asama Okanu, what's in a woman you are Ghana for? But and say, no person will save lives. That is why your father said, defied all the protocols and Akokoya Sadden. Yet you knew Sadden.
As a chartered accountant.
As a chartered accountant. Even that crown, let's resign. Even that, Nelson can resign to redeem his image. Mr. Speaker,
me too.
I'm telling you by fact. Now, say, they need 1/3 to move the motion, and they have moved. And they will need 2/3 in Parliament
to sustain
it. It is hard to test. No, the NDC minority will need 46 members of Parliament. From the majority side, and son of me, and your dad to test no, and they remove this man. And even that crown, it has to go through the process here. A call man penny honor, even say, Omina to test no crown on my penny pa and all sign bewa. Then unity so many to test now. In order for Oman Penny to also redeem his image, it will compel the president to sign it. The American watch I say, me say MPs no more parliament. As I said, you will say, Omude clear the image of MPP because Transparency International, Corruption Performance Index nearby, you drop off from 75 to 73. We made to understand say Transparency International for one of their criteria. How you fight corruption. It is a yenya obi on one kasa political party members. It be just a papaya de na oye no entwaye. No mo kotwa basi ye fa remove na. It I don't know how to put it. Ebema MPP enya nimunyam afa ye fa dey say how to fight the corruption. Jamaica what I say. So in order to redeem that image, they should go and remove this man. Understand speaking? Because
until who was suggested say Kwame Menunko.
Oh yes, of course. Watch a cry, Mr. Speaker. Watch a cry, because listen, hey, my make who say be at intro. Small day obia wakwaje abai low. Also auditor general report bia, general's report bia aba 2018. Let me say me per report tonight kama catro say abrante bia say oba bia okoko gisika say or they call okoye distance learning as whatever.
Yes. My story. No?
Yes.
UK.
Yes. Public Accounts Committee activating Interpol say yanko family. What is the difference between one minister radio? Madam Zifa Atibo case hereby. What is the difference between the Madam Zifa Atibo radio and the same man chair the Public Accounts Committee and almost share your father say a smartest woman your friend say Selassie Ibrahim to pay the money of the Bas Brandon and a smartest ebebetua part of the money. Ama omo akasa na announce say Public Accounts Committee for na announce say smartest now babetua sika ni bi. So man what was I dey? Asema ye can we nya politics what was I dey? A check crowd do because of him. Some man you obi a me at a point kra no na me president man. I'm telling you by fact because na me share Public Accounts Committee pa. One owura kandapa na adwuma no oye the we no sisi kasa farms papa n'anim onyam basa sasem we ba be fa ho a yenye yodo ma won tena ho sese ba bia duo aseni image sakatam no orizane ya te se madam Zifat bodiri bia ebia kan nkeye
but what we say there is nothing like wrongdoing. The wrongdoing why refund this kind of the state has gotten back the money until what problem be no ebeye saying
the wrongdoing. What is the wrongdoing? Or say
we're breaching. Yes, yeah, agree. We're breaching. Now, one more chair will say he was going to come back to Parliament with documentation and memos and now to the Attorney General again for advice. Okay, and then again memos are now what these are issues ever back to Parliament for ratification. And say one more 2 years kind of back. Now, what they are doing so back for ratification, we cannot term it as wrong. On consensus building,
that's fine. And I made sure we say, was it the report on the element of criminality in it? I did $10, not the man $19. I'll say, report the Anchobi. Jamaican watch I say. I did $10. But you made Ghanaians to understand that the thing was $19
because of a middleman, because of Vigilantem and a warrior on behalf of the
state. And we didn't need the middleman.
Why didn't we need the middleman? To that extent, I will be a pen Ronibino.
No $8, $10. Did they go through the middleman? It's Ghana now the Danko Kufuado. At that time, ECOWAS chairman. It was no case war pay. You first a vaccine. I what $10. Bako what $10. I in Russia. Ultimate pick a phone and catch a first Vladimir Putin. Say, Papa, we need these dose. And to want to check, medal my bibamwaza. Let us not do this.
No, but as a country. What's the idea, Nase?
Metia
and Crawford holding Rono, the most powerful countries. One more holding Rono. In Rono, Yenya Bikrania, the Aba Africa. Cover Secretary will say, when one Kasani initiative crano, in Rono, there was nowhere no betting me a supply. But at the time, I see a shaking. We knew say shaking, a betting me a supply. Middleman in the betting me a shaking a supply to save lives, sir. What problem does that bring? Middleman in the Juma, as I see it,
okay, fine. Yeah. Why did he tell the committee, say, me one with Treska?
I say, one Casa.
Jesus Christ.
One Casa, because at some point, or see he wasn't thinking, but one Casa, one Tracy Kabia, one Casa, Okaza.
He said, also on Tracy Kabia. May I listen to, I have listened to about 3 members of the committee. The man said, on Tracy Kabia, let one establishes on Tracy Kamana Pachao.
As he can, yes, I refine.
Yes, I refine. What yes, and I can speaker. Yes, and I can. Man, I'm not watching this kind of technicalities and legalities in the matter. The bottom line is that the man did not go through the process. Aside that, element of criminality in it. And second, that Tana man resigning. And no, I be save Ghana for. Debbie, and yes, and I can. Rwanda for Coco, Rwanda almost Oceana. Togo for Coco to Binwa. Almost $10. No, that I then go for holding. Countries be to Toby and near holding. But Ghana, your image. And now the Danko Kufuado as ECOWAS, your friend say, press a chairman. Any baby a Ghana conductor and nephew my year do a Juma our head World Health Organization. It is Dian Yentiminia. My penultimate fa Axinema Ghana.
Kessben.
Ghana.
And I remember
Ghana.
I remember very well World Health Organization one countries, right? About the dealings with the middlemen.
Yeah.
Said the mayor escalates cost, because when the demands are high, you tend to say supply no a loan into and Crawford will tend to charge high. World Health Organization one countries, But all the same, Ziga report in a baby. Let's see. And let's await what comes out of the motion.
The bottom line is that Omoko parliamentar. So Omo say 11 no ye pass ya. They should help the minority to remove the man. I'm telling you about fact.
Ejuma why magana yina.
Ejuma na confirm Kwame Appiah be my yanye kuantiaro. E dey asarake. Kwame Appiah be my Ghana yanye kuantiaro. President Kofa ba be George Bush Highway. It is better better. I'm telling you, better than Tamayi. Your friend say motorway.
Over 60 years. So.
I'm telling you, me say George Bush Highway. Efe eye papa ewa. Esin motorway. Pedia me mehu.
Motorway durability.
Durability, the quality in the mame fantonche. But I'm telling you about fathers.
And there was a plan of extension.
But even President Kufuor obey ekran. Enkoforso wa anye hwe.
Kessben.
Jamaica Ratchers. Enkoforso wa anye hwe. So let us no go there. Kame be kan say me wa ma me refi. Be there let us no go there. And throw be the next one dey no me say MPP 4%. Omo pass the 11 one. They should support their brothers because this is a secret ballot. Obi bia won ye corrupt. Our parliament no ufi so when you corrupt now share their papa na ye no relegate your political party now make sure say you save the image of this country and your political party go and join them vote no more omunya that ye very say to test no you remove this man
me da say then after pause ga me da say ba me kwa homa no so na me nya adwuma na putupru ye nya ne ntie say odi wani e kire ye oboase a there's a fire outbreak e wo ho na mini abema ojambo ama eni nko ojambo chi ka morning na say
speaker me joso
okay adopra boase hifa na wojina e de na asie
Your speaker, me no kasa bijina new bakia de ben oboase police barrier. Hono so chichire empatamu na bijina China for no office. Kase workshop kase o maye no oboase ene asantimantu mo hono bijina yisia me no kasa.
Okay. Na eba de say na eja to mu yi.
Mini amame na wase ahomachi be no num ne fa na yenya na ntie say ejabani bi ato China for no no yemra na rewo sem say ebre janitor no ye yusu network ye buda na de ofra na nya no mo yusu MTN de networking na te for boss na say wuntimi frɛ obi o yusu bi me bo na ebeduru na say enye jaketoa na da aminia enti yetimi frɛ fa ye no mo network ni nyina ye MTN ofra wonya enti pani ba ko na etimi tu ni car for AD agugu asante ekofrɛ o mo mpanifo no bi emo mobile nti eji ka na timi ebe do jana no kaka ema na oboase fire service ye for honom na se omo kan enrada na oboase fire service omo kan no etimi say omo entimi amanti ye frefre ya ma bekwai ene fomna efo na abaham no kase omo timi abedum jana kaka mai na ene ma ene japade aso ane de esuani enso kase miwo opania efie no ana meka edwumadie ne ne dia eyewura ya fosu de hoboase e wo ye nche hanoma koso ye nyina na hanoma kasi ahodo egu anyina no ye pie tia kasi ne de banti ewura ye mo fa baba kezo ya aja ye hwe enna no pai mi se abia to ni ne abia so pa na wo asese den ene kofa se de da dia no ye wu at the property kofa ba se ana ye ne dia ba menti ha enti no fia no mo frɛ me phone so se eja to hanam so tu kai edi America ba mi ba ne te se ahom ti pa ejakesi a ye so no enso na boase fire services so wase so any fire service edi na mafo ye ya na ne de beboa eja no so edi no no kwa onti eja ne ejakesi enti imfa na no madawro ma ofrefre fomna ne kwai mu ne baby bibiri na omoboboa ya afide emse ejaneti maba fom but the property did done by the me said then by a normal day say pa me hwa hanma enye workshop kitwa eye factory kese pa o han wo hwa sabe wow katonia ejapade pe pa no ahwa ejapade se edan ni nyina ahye na normal wom sikasem ne wo se jato twema normal wom nyina sika wom nkomna bibia o bia ehye ahye enti ama ekane how de dia by so pa na enfibia kese pa ha ana ne tiense eye pabrofo mo fo omusika nkobanga ha no omo a small bank wa omo eprebia eno de sheda ne nokre but efie bia sika wo dem fa ne se ye djuma wa ha enti bank nso pon be 2-3 enti bank pon a na ye mpon ya sika be ba ne be ja wo fie the bank mpon ya tam de ekoban enti sika de ebiase
and Fidia Cassia, most a cassia who don't go on there. What to me a pipia, Bodona, Nebasan, yes, Moon to Kanamu piano, so
the Tiana said, the dear Janoco, and not cast in the key in Apakaho. A Jano to send it to 12 to win a song. Behind me, and did not keep ground out there, a kayak tree, and more Madaroma, and now, Moboya, the big towing car, the 2 billion and 90 airport, it's free. You cannot carry kids in a car with their again. Because super.
Ojam.
But to be more able to be more, that's somebody fire for the show, Mudu Jana.
Yes, but I want a factory and I say a dear potty fan or more.
A factory. Yeah, a factory. Yeah, a friend saying, step, tobacco excavator. The tunnel excavators. And I hope the Bianca say, and I work in the Aneswa, the Tom supermarket. And you were more. People the day workers there 400 years tomorrow.
Very unfortunate. Say I can say a general much made them the dear.
Say there almost 80% eco form. If you are 20% there, which is a Yameboa fire for no the quine from now for Ukoichira no Chira or my boy, including AD.
But the can say dear and Yama be no, I say.
Be uncountable.
Okay. My now was here no pay.
No, maybe I can see and police for a word duty of what police value almost a year or my family dear pa police near Opia Kai, police near Opia Kaya, Nick for and you grab a fine, almost a year dear pa, one more duty. What if police value? Police, and then the bomb is a mom or my idea. Keep up the power, almost any good in you are.
Oh, yeah, my man, I say, why?
Yo, Grandma.
I was having to say, Etty, we'll share a year TV now, we'll be who Jano, so unfortunate. We'll share the Jano, a shinadia, and you might be brain, no, I say, a hard drink, a hard drink. But see, my member was not trying to end that young couldn't come out, come out.
Young Cotton, Yamakakra, and no pay me busas or yade. Yadia moya mobo, what is your good them? Say, Yadia, how quadia, Mr. Ojefwapa. A Grace Gift Herbal Clinic and Laboratory Services. Grace Gift Herbal Clinic and Laboratory Services. A ho anu dwan kobia. Ko onum na kwadwo ayar sawate. Ano pay stroke yadia na adwodwo agu dem. Stroke yadia no achewache. Hey, wo ko onum a doctor so de haban ebeto ne sam no posa o de beto fom. Wo de to fom no a wo a stroke yadia achew ana ayewo no. Odo na si sa haban ne so no a na ayarsa ayewodia. Wo asichire yadia hypertension, afei hepatitis A, B, C, D, and E, typhoid fever, malaria, ulcer, peptic ulcer na hawo called Grace Gift Herbal Clinic and Laboratory Services here. Na kwadwo ayarsa afei mema muntie mema yadia ba ko se high pa prostate ye omu cancer and enlargement nyina eba ne sa pe bomodna bom continent na fo ni chiro odum na ayarsa so be yodia afei bema wutie mi a ema no goro ho ema no se sabi okwaku do so akoy se crayon ayafia ko onu mote okọ onu mo a doctor so be pejamu ama wa na abeka so doctor ye etuko ona kwadwo ayarsa afi awafo mu ntie ma wade ache ema no ema matron mkrofo bon kutia na munwo monko Grace Gift Herbal mokọ onu mo a nyamedi mu ntia bibiduro ye anananom edijaye no won ade kamo na mawo entahinasa na mawo ntafo agimu badudwan nyina ama niam nyina timadi mu ntime sero mo monko ema fibroid hamo mokọ onu ma we ni yemfa sekan kamo da bi ye de bibiduro na ebeboa mo na mo fibroid ne etu ase be so Grace Gift Herbal won kwa bata na ayamiensa awoka na ha mienu awo asante mantamu na yentie Kumase bako o him school Johnson wamo ewo barekese kwan so ono mo a afi ebuako kofodua wore wani achemu awo gawo first station hon so no wonkwa bata to so mienu ho afi nkran hanso wono mo new achemota petroleum air bungalow wono ane family life international school fefe no ene di ene mi so bibia ni a oni Grace Gift Herbal Clinic antwetwen komoi 0246 518003 0246 518003 8003 anase 0543 320030 free na oni emonkomo afei Ultimate Fashion and Furniture City. Ultimate Fashion and Furniture City. One and ye come for Eddie Mamutime. And a pay almost say, young fan to and say, at the papa and kwana will pass Atadia was home by a far. Call Ultimate Fashion and Furniture City.
Kessben.
Neko negotiation home. Set wedding and Tadia wedding be now pay. Engagement and talent here. I say, say, oh, pass sorry atade. Atade abesadia akwa sorry. Ama ho FM kwano. Oko Ultimate Fashion and Furniture City. One MMB. Say office and tade papa. Suit, blazers, Italian shoes. Nina no onomobi. Slippers papa. Designer washes or oko onomoa. And no one MMB so ato. Na yanhwe say a fan office in Kunya papa no one ewobi. One more living rooms furniture set. A bedroom set. Wardrobe, dining tables, no one will be a honum. A office furnitures, say a cabinet, a shovels, push chairs, no oko Ultimate Fashions and Furniture City. One I want to support a woman, a bonus for papa, and two corner a papa. Mr. Ultimate Fashion and Furniture City, a check my oak a doom. One more Air Wesley Methodist, a whole annual. Mr. Your number near fraying, so penta the papa at afe office ntade na afe so no say your office nkunya papa no oko Ultimate Fashion and Furniture City a one ebema bi your number near fraying 0209 136 733 0209 136 733 na oni emonko afe Kessben Travel and Tours. Kessben Travel and Tours. Mr. Speaker, send the opus out to kind. Opus out to kind. Me do bakwate. Kwakuma to yam. Aye Kessben Travel and Tours. One na do to kind. Na tie me. Enkwama connection ma bi nkwa use kani. Enne connection ma ni ba bia. Na ya kwantuo papa na beso tuo na ho ye dwodwoma wa. Me so ko Kessben Travel and Tours. One na babowo say flight bookings na ohwe domestic and international ni nyina no one ebaboa no ma gide amount. Afa hotel reservations, tour services. So person kwa bono ne na English mamu ekọ Hebroni ekuemu a me so ko no ma one mo ade obekọ wo do be chiri kuro no so hina anya no European country bia person okọ ho no to no Kessben Travel and Tours say one ebaboa na se fa ne visa je de o eno kwa de eyekokokura visa je se visa je nko na person oje etu kon a ko Kessben Travel and Tours na one ebaboa pa me so ye na Kumase ya Kumase adum Aseda House udu edu Kumase adum a Aseda House obo hope ya honom honwan ye wo afei adum Central Multi Credit Bank honman so ye ho afei Swame Magazine Multi Credit Banker eno ewo macro traffic light honum a eno so ye honom woni Kessben Travel and Tours monkomo number ni efrayen 0596 102 667 0596 102-667 and I said 059-610-2908 na oni entwem komo na yebabo papa amo kwantu so no aye dwodwo et amount afei tie me Kessben basically say ogusu a wo kai wo eya boso me miensa tie me pa aboso me miensa an watu adiesi wonmo a almost intensive practicals e fan radio and TV adwuma de bia me catch you say ya betra hanom na se ye kasa anya se fitin ya na ye betra hanom ye ko ho kwagye ntete na se ba bia baje radio mu ntete any TV so ntete a eye Kessben Media and Communication Studies wonum na be ma asantete we nyina no Kessben University College wonum na de sa course so papa yi e ma wo na tie me omo so nya ba ho se ya wonum chiro broadcast news analyst voice over artist TV and radio talk show host afa TV and radio newscaster say na brofo ana say ni twi ni nyina no wormo de abosom miensan e ma osante tie we nyina meso ubehu Kessben University College achi akwan wonom awo contract asante mamu na Kumasi City campus ne de wonom wo Kumasi adum ho a meso bibia ni a wo de frɛ number isisi na woni registrar antwetwe komo na wonom mo a wate the number ni 0501 637383 051 63783 na oni emo nkomai na ya mo na onsoso wakwantu soso no entimi enimu kama emfa emma wo afei mame nka nkyerɛw mana purified water mana purified water nipa no wanya nyame otamfo no anya nyame na yetie nie mana purified water de ensu papa ensu a wobagu gbuna wanya tenka no me so nkonom so bia ensu bo ma no mo bo se kire sante kwa de kire no e ma bofon na se ensu a wo de serve ahoho e wa ponto ase e wa yi ase ana adwabo bi ase a me so momfa mana purified water anim dwuma nyina na papa make us Mr. Speaker wa hanani opese mi gba na nso mfa na mana purified water de onom a de ye nie e bo siesie woni padua no e ma woni padua no e ya kono pa enti abra bia no enu bia na ese onom na me so wo pe ba bia yetu ensuo yi bi aton a for wodi chem e okuntunsi akra heye kuntinsi akra ho no mo omun fidi omudi ye omun so no kma etu no mo a eboa pa me so wo pa ba ko to ana wo pa ndo so ko matuo no ye number ni o de afresisi e 0240 523420 0240 523420 na onien entwetwe nkomo over to you Joe Tete Kofi, Mr. Speaker. Purified water. On a more serious note, so no, I come up. Man, sir, a real Yami had my real Druce na atelier. Now, Bogu, in super man, purified drinking. Almost my pa, Yamin Strom. I say, or my bounce on man crying, and Nikumase, and the gun of baby, I at the bar. Now, I did something now from one more the big good come. Wow, more the abroad. Nice one. And baby, I will be an opposite to do muton. One more packing in a good car anymore. No more the abba. Na affair Timmy Abo. Boy, dear be so. Furniture city, furniture is a plural. It is singular near the me patch of minty minka. Minty minka. Ultimate furniture city. Furniture near plural. Okay. It's a singular near medium missing. Oh, because if man, yes, I know. I may say, we teach her for no classmates for her. May say, minka. It's what I minka. Kessben. Because you want pa. That's why they beside what you was now. I don't minka. Don't be something. But you conya. That's why those are your friend with friend. I can't say. Eti Mr. Speaker, abesum na eja etie for ekado. Asanteman awe o maso. Professor bring me the chair. Aye. Did you want to so near day? Me. Da be dia what so sisi an dey. Say dey. Ah dia what akonya na what so. Say akonya. Okay. The furniture and I chair. Furniture. Furniture. We nya chair. We nya chair. We are furniture. And na dey si watching so. They see what you and only Master. I refuse to answer this question. I will never comment on this. Because over to you. Go to say that. Yeah. Go to say. Over to you. Go to the coffee. And it's a radio. Some. Go. One more say ten. I mean, Gia Patoland after services. I found a boy to my ultimate fashion for you. Good morning to you. I mean, Chia Bantama, multi credit for say they don't call you a member of the NDS's communication team. Rally do say though is representing the new patriotic party. And pay mini paying for me and I bet you didn't come on. I take our messages in them right now. Let me do a few ones with the bar on Facebook. Here was accessory. I say the hardship in the system
we are experiencing right now is caused by the President Akufo-Addo's administration, and therefore must be blamed for any unforeseen situation. It is not the NDC and former President John Dramani Mahama. It is Ikano Wubusha na yet is Ikaso still na no ekomo at the chairman hopeful Mame and Chair. I fully endorse Mr. Benefson's comment that the NDC strongly is opposing to the e-levy because they fear that the NPP will retain power. Simplicity. Regards to the Honorable Mavis Hawakum. Amisco Ade Abba. MC Yapreko said, good morning to you, Mr. Host. MC Yapreko listening to you live from office of a year Kasi Caucus, Asokwa constituency. No matter the challenges we Ghanaians are going through and its global challenges because of the COVID-19 pandemic. With all this, the NDC is never and ever an option for Ghanaians to vote for. Nanado will surely hand over to an NPP candidate. That is Dr. Owusu Efriye Akoto, the best replacement for Nanado's best friend come 2024. That's it. Message, Kwame Appiah says, good morning, Mr. Speaker. Dusty is killing us, the good people of Achirinsia and Hidiem, due to the poor nature of road network we are having in our country. We are please appealing to you and your production team to do something about it, to draw government's attention. And Kwame Appiah Kwame made us say any message now with the abano. Marin Kai win so Maxi Billion or Wahine Adiaba. Good morning, Mr. Speaker. I'm watching you live from Sepe. Okay, Anna with the Abba. May that say, Hela Selassie, patriotic voices, say what God. So was it the intention of John Dramani Mahama and the NDC party to delay the passage of the e-levy for their own party interest without thinking about the interest and development of Ghana? Clearly shows that the NDC is a wolf in a sheep clothing, pretending to be angels, but rather very dangerous. The e-levy is coming to stay, and it will come to pave way for Ghana's massive development. Regards to COP retired, Kwesi Mensa Duku, and Honorable Boache Boateng incoming for NPP regional chairman. Anna Wonso Ode Abba Anopei Nedase. Good morning to you, Mr. Speaker. May God bless you and continue to bless Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo for the good work. Jones Riafe Akenton Jr. say, good morning, Mr. Speaker. You are doing a great job. Teacher Constitution, we are more say, so if former President Mahama is serious at all, you are against e-levy. Meanwhile, during your tenure in office, you place taxes on even a mere condom to satisfy our inward desires. In fact, the NDC is Ghana's biggest problem in the world. We thank God for Abronye's release and grant of bail. Greetings to lawyer Justin Kodia and chairman Odene Kwame Appiah Anna also Ode Abba. But I say any message. I was having that say, I tell me, 44 minutes after 8. Amako ye Juma, I will home panda no at say, I tell Mammy Kora Minima Beja for no ending Kobo, Honorable a year for saying Donko, what to make card of a good morning, and Pumboko, dear.
Mr. Speaker, yes, I do me a pa.
And I trade the empires. I don't pensel with us to say it to Safro.
Oh, Miss Medas, with you on a pay fast now, Maniaji, come on. And cry what to say.
And I did not cry boko. Now, 11 I must move my empire, and you know, Ghana in no area.
Kumasin Suboko, your hospitals are major Jesse Honaja, your cry for somebody we are my. A ferry near Konongoni, titiri ne Kumawu District Hospital sɛ sisi nkranteɛ ne adowa ne nsenum ne Pampanstradamu na de hɔ ayɛ conference center yehu hwe wɔ biom sisi aka wuram formina de mahu sɛ bibi ɛwɔ kakra no makɔ bɔ afa hɔ ɛne konongo ɛwɔ kakra no makɔ bɔ afa hɔ sɛ wia ne afari de minim de ɛkɔ.
I see. The current state in this session in Kosovo, Hana.
Kumawu de bibi ankoso. And there sabi watchman crazy say on my jumabim. Watchman no hwe ho no, on the sisi kura o ma ho mehwe ho biom. O de bibia an sheda ankoso. In fact, eye Berima Safotwini bo akodua doctor. Eye na ni bresempa if you say professional surgeon na enewati obi man so na eye adwuma. Osha ya kakra de but abranka ono a betimi atena sabi ono a na himam aye adwuma hwe ne manfo nso aban we etrimodin ti no gise berema tuka fa kɔ jachi pram so no akɔhwe nkrofo ho ne manfo so okumawu ne drobon so ne nasefo yare dia gise edimrika de omoba kumase anase afijase entwe yi minu abema entwe yi eya imo ya pa.
I say, Jabeba ho na yaba beye adwuma ewo ho na yabehwe. The last time I met BB say you know was the Eastern Regional Hospital. Ye call ye na adwuma na hyase kakra, but we will follow it up na yebeba behwe na ye hu de wa project no AC Eco. But my hyase ni nkomo na ye ne wo eni nkomo no unu yabema Ali do be join ye na afi yo no so etime
and
ni nyina so etime aba. Medase wo be se wotie oba be attack you enti o de oba you better
Mr. Speaker
my hyase COVID-19 yes
mamindi kanchia eye mia masofo agya o matitititi mia bepem ne especially the original oba beko eye Dr. Tito ona ye Ashanti North original chairman, original 96.9 me papa Reverend George and Sonny Reverend Samuel Nanagati almost so vie for secretary and then regional superintendent. Me bompa say I saw for no be o madom na o metimi ato abana momona o mabu Assemblies of God Ashanti North amaye. Omun sani pa mu naija o kasa kakra ne afro donko o ya de urban so hade e afafa ne se nyesa aka ija no eja o ma ne control ne kakra akra maye. Nti nyame mo mu na ene no bibianko ye mo.
I see.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, me bana me tiu.
Me tiu na yenshase
In fact, I enjoyed your questions so much, especially when you ran Nobet. In fact, like utimi mama yenyina ade na so plain. Even the layman understood Kessben what we were discussing, and I believe that that was a beautiful piece of journalism, because I didn't know who. They make us MPP for pay and throw channel mo bunipa and omo kabrofo. If you say unsa assassina ye nam so nankasa no, wo kan kasa na o nan si form na o twa ntro na nanom ni ubedi. Intetere bi omo pentro atwa no mo pegana fo ebuom na o maka brofo ni bebre. Oh, brofo nkwa na mo de bokro no. Nke ba ne sense sebi ade a ye nyina ye ton dwaman so. Obia kono okoto a sebi de wonim tesoma me kra no e ne $10. De onim bargaining, de broni friend bargaining, de onim se de yesre se yenti ade so no on ekoto no $10. Yen kwa ga na yekoya yekoto no $19. Ye bisa minister ye bono ye nyina hwe bi o TV so e ba ne se na ade a o koye international transaction on behalf of Ghana o koto ade ga o kogina Ghana na mu ato ade firi amanone bia je say ade no e fa parliament because and a contract na o de Ghana din e kwa akosha ase je ka je say ba parliament na nipa na ye de etumi ama parliament say mo na munkuta Ghana nyina etumi no o mo na ama o kwan say ampa ade ya o de Ghana din e kwa akoje no ana sabi agreement ana say contract ya o ni Ghana din kwa akosha ase no nipa e wa Ghana nyina apene so That is why it goes through parliament. But then, on no betre say amfa parliament. Adenti na amfa parliament sa time na adwi mu sebi na enshada nkoye papa. That was what he said. And I made me say, sa time ne die na oni ni party BM because na pressure na ba na so ama na adwi nkra ni fie. Me da me gidi senka. Wagya tum say ampa. Ma amfa mra kwan so na me ye de me ye no. Mama Ghana ahwere sika. Na o panelist Bob Zige ka say Jifa Ativo, enye ono na sign Bass Branding no. Na eye Metro Mass Director no. Ene ko sign sa agreement no. Jifa Ativo was not the one who signed the agreement. Now so esan say ono na eye minister Metro Mass China senti no. Ye ka say there began aboka de no nke betimi ato no at a cheaper price. Company niti says okay, side dia me de nsisa akabeba. Ma me resign. Now so we die Papa na je tum say ampa man supplier de na kra ansa na odi sika na ebreme. Sika no maje. Kra ansa na de no kra me de ba ku bi kra ba. De me ka say me de ba kra ma mo de test no kra anso. And so still papa yi da so te ho. E ma na do kra nya ho e bo na ba so say pressure papa ni kom no ono president kra on ko sa pressure no. Esan say sabi akolabo ni be pie frifie bi mu a na pani boni she achiri Kessben enti adena health minister ye no senka nanado na nkanya nanado na sma na nka health minister ko wa free ho de da nkie pamo no kura ache sabi nani mbo no dwe emfa no ho se wa maga na aboka emfa no ho se sabi wabubu ga na mra nyina aso still odaso ti ho president so anka wo se o de una wo fight corruption umpe corruption nka sabi kura kacha Ghana for say ade me minister ye de wagu ye nyina ye nimu ase se de bo ache ja ko dada wo ma wo sign bibia wo pamo no se de nka we susu wagu enimu ase ntika pamo no nso nanso esan se we de okofa ade ba afie nti no on de pamo na enye yi if ade na ode ba ye no on president na na ko cheye nti asema ba ho de ode ma me so me protect you. Other than that, I see no reason why the health minister is still at post.
Factual.
But why is the health minister still at post?
Factual.
Mr. Speaker, Buami, Buache Jako, Ebanese no Kofi.
Yes. The president says he was misled, but the way one cancer, and you do not have the evidence to the fact that
Buache Jako misled the president into signing the Ameri deal. Yes, sir. Very good. Sputnik V, no, health minister, on whose behalf did he act? Mind you, a minister can never do an international negotiations without the permission of the president. So, Nimsadie, Ghana, yeko pelona, president.
Yes, but we agree say we have cabinet approval.
Wow.
Mr. Speaker, wakasewi.
How? If you don't have cabinet approval for an international deal, why was he even wrong to say Wanfamba Parliament?
Masa, wakasewi, Mr. Speaker.
Until Parliament, until cabinet approves, you see, you have two kinds of approval. So, cabinet approval and executive approval. This one was executive approval. And the president no kwan on anything as she you. Executive approval on the president in kwan eye.
Agwawi.
And we here cabinet nyina o.
Vous êtes donc.
Ali du mission.
Ezo wanted.
And to any the only president in kwan as you. And yet cabinet 19 nyina o. So yes, you are right. It wasn't the full cabinet because it was an emergency. He needed an executive approval. Into only president in Kwana or church president Tiasena no sorry and okoye. So the only people he did not even inform legally parliament and just saw the power one farm for because he was trying to hide another certificate of emergency. Intiminia, we president free moi ye. So why do you think the president was covering him up and also protecting him? Because okase kwajuma menu kofia papa ne bekasa okasa nso ebeba beka no nti o de tena ho ne yemi no ye nkata kata de no so sa ti mame mbo minority abaso se afedio o my institute se no se nanado na say ne doba no wakofa ade ne ba fie na asema ba ho onyi ne ba ne ma parliament represent the people of Ghana there ye de ye gidi se papa yo raso tena health ministry ha emwa yen because we cry is Sputnik V. You name the course AstraZeneca, you name the course Moderna, and then you name the course. He say, Papa ya never catch say World Bank for Bray 200 million. Adetchi ya World Bank for say mo Bray 430 million. Si can find so and then the emergency preparedness. Emergency preparedness. Agenda 111 hospitals no here. Ya mutu ye was as simple. PPs emergency center ye beto towe ye be ye bi ha ni nyina ko si se ewen na 300 and something $million yetimi ai sin wo krom ha abraye hu be biafa be say $50 million $60 million World Bank dey buy class we there munchiche ma small medium enterprises no say they be because of COVID ejum for nyama ko for munti no eno mo de be chiche ma nkrofo se yemfa nto aba ma mo nanado sika sana ye World Bank sika ni nyina ko so okuru
say na wo si for mama
minia de twama wo kura ni say ye nam krum ha 2 weeks mo be no asabi tujimi besi aba ne kpala tujimi ni kpala besi aba o mo say 540 billion na mo de no tujimi keke ene kpala e wo krum ha ndi se MPP de budi sika kura mo nsuro nyame biem adan ediminia ye be bo minority for na baso ene majority for ni bi nso a mo pe no kura mo kwa asore no omo hwese papa yi de ye be mana ko tena nche na ye health sector no sabi ebi okotena nche kuma hospital no krom be wi amaye. Mr. Speaker, me da say.
All right. Me da say for say don't come now ten kan. My member Yemini Abema Alido so na maintain. Alido ma maintain we morning I just say.
Morning Mr. Speaker. Me gidi pass Fuseni don't come bet na hey. Wa na kasa be 30 minutes. Ma mo wa. Nyina ne say me be say flu say ya
10 minutes. Now are you late?
Mr. Speaker, my mencha
okasa 10 minutes. Now are you late?
In free Kumasi eko ankran. Ene Ghana fana nyinara baby a fidi ekodu nyina. Sanso na mechia odiko koso no obi ehun djumadi kese a ekoso Ashanti region. Yura Dr. Mahmoud Ba mi vice president obai EBF kama aban penyifu nyina bai. Regional chairman ne regional executives constituencies awodo ne me am constituency am free mu asonse constituency ye askroma performance ni nyinara mechi atemamufo na Mr. Speaker onse wodo no do nwira ebi wo na Fuseni don ko betna ayampia nko a hwe o shase no ka bibi wo se Kumawu hospital bibi ankoso
Kessben
na debia me catch ko Mr. Speaker say nipa kuo bi wo Kumasi ase ya Asante Mantemu a omo ayo omo so omo de nkontompo pa de omo betwa no bua de sisi babia Fuseni donko oyo number 1 one zuba mo ne amapon mo omo de minim de omo betwa ba wonim me na wo kasai Kumawu ko he de ekoso wonim de amakuwa wadwuma ko adile kakra. At a point, omo de prefab ebe di djuma bi wo ema mbenyo ka se de bi prefab no M1 no yentutu me no wo ka se sa prefabricated ye omo ye anu nyina no ye afiwo a ye de blocks akese ye adwuma wo me no wo ka se it is a Fuseni don ko betan no wo ka se Kumawu hospital bibia nkoso a enye no kore me at the time ana me MC ana me office o mampanyi na nado danko akufa do bae ma ye ko Kumawu ye ko ko ho djumadi a na ekoso obi abehu aferi sa na no wa wunua minua kando oga danko fo ko gina aferi ho ko ye nani aferi ade niema ekoso onum nyina no ameboso o me na o kasa ikosawia ko he adwuma ekoso kokonongo adwuma ekoso enti so mo kasa ye je siwa enye no kore eno no ma me fa ntwere. But Mr. Speaker, omei de ama bibia aye nikapa ne se ya soa ensuo aso ansa NDC ebebu omei 8 years omo ba 8 years no obi ehun de ombeye ye me de magina MPP anemu aka Ghana fo nyina ne se nkrofo mo ayebida abra ye ko 2008 elections no omo tena se meetings aye se omo ahya se omo ye ya Fuseni don ko mu ye ya ekoso sa abre no mo mie ntwan kontompo akese ne enka se omo pani dada akofo a wote abanwa so sa time no sabi go results nyina watonton eniema waye wa ntro bebre ye wie ya nkrofo baji akonya no a yehu babi o mayi ekodure obi abedi adanse ye se ene se Fuseni don kotea ka se empo omu hwe yes ye gidi ye tiase because ye say sabi ati owe e ma refi ampa ati ye pa ma refi a ankene ye te hei enye bia ye ba ye kan ya sabi 5 years da dum so muni eni bi hwe me tampe comparison MPP and tampe comparisons but the entire comparisons in say NDC for be kasa dia na atoye ene how ne masa ya dwen wa yanti ase because na wana kasa mu Fuseni don ko mu a betena 8 years na mo ko ya at the time am ko sabi da do some 5 good years na ni kanea mo de ko share eboase to the extent say mo de ko IMF sunsuanso bebre sunsuanso ni bi ne say kanea no asabi na ka o ma panya waso o man no eso timamfo ase no kura no o mo yifiri mu obeka ya sabre no ebedu pempenso a sukufo mo university kura no omutua kane abo ni kane ani so sika mi ugafi eba ya kodu pempenso a SHS mpo omutua utilities enu achiri no omuka che mo se me enfa aba adwuma efo sani mo wanum nyina sunsanso wanum nyina asi abra na motia abanwa so ye ba ye niam asisi ye de echekure enye ye ne beka ne enti no ye ba ye within short time ye timi turn around niam ma bibia kogina baby o se kogina he Mr Speaker ye be fa economy no 3.4% na muja okoe 3.4 ye ba ye be shepa ye peja mu de 7% as at 2019 and no na ma ye timi creating space 1 kanea ejinai 2 teacher training allowance ye side by nurse training allowance ye side by free senior high school assign introduce ye eniema wo se ye ya ebema timemfo hwan ha omu nyina no o ma panyi na na do dan kwafo na MPP aban eye within the span of 2 years sabi Mr Speaker COVID ama anka Ghana enye ni ye MPP for agitum me 2019 na betna ha anka men ka se o man ni mu ayede but MPP for ye agitum the difference between MPP and NDC ne say ye no we bana bibi ko na du pempenso bi na wo se ye twanfoni ne to ha ye twanfoni ne to ye gidi ye se o man no sabi na wi asafa na nyina ahokyeraba ahokyere na ba no so no COVID ama anka na ntise because Mr Speaker obia ni revenue sources of government bia ne ekwan a aban fa so anya sika sabi COVID ba ye plane na ntu enti Arab world sa binyuan marafo a eho ne enya fa wo de bakra no ebedu bembeso bi a fa wo kra no ne ento ema Dubai ebeka so wo de say no mo apaba because obi anto plane tu car entu land borders ye close sabi so mu shan enko ma bibia ankoso bibia was at a standstill the whole world eno na ma ye free 7% esa back down to 0.4%. Menua 0.4% no sabi at saying e kire say sabi ama economy no kra no was on its knees simply because bibia anko bibia obenya revenue sources ni nyina no ablako because bibia anko so COVID nti ena ye 2021 from 0.4 no ye tumi wake ya ma nya 4.5 ye push ya se betumi a hit 5% before the end of the year na yakọ ye pese say go back enti abai we sabi sa minya wutie mi pese ho ensunsuanso na American ho asem no a 7% no ho ensunsuanso ni bi ne say ye ba ya ye try ma kan na ni gina ye ba ya tumi hwe say e wo say ye hwe ma nurse training allowance no ye sa de ba bio ye sa hwe say teacher training allowance no e wo say sa de ba bio yes I say obi aba betumi nya school akokwa ye free senior high school nya sane mo wanum nyina de ba nyina no napco nyina sika na de yo sikani wa mwe tumi di aye abura muti abanga no suntini wanyum nyina ma tumi aye kane ya na etua mo so nya na kane a but ye ba ye tumi turn the fortunes of the country around e ma ye tumi nya sika e ye san ma wanyum nyina enti be se Ghana for se mo amusu hu se ye ba ye a obapanyi ka se he was in hurry between the space of 2 years otumi shisha san ma wanyum nyina no covid ama ankanti sei enti ye be se ye nim se babia anyoy. Yes, yeah, jitum. MPP entumi metna ha enka se bibia koye no. Said the enkoye wa hase no. Ko London ko he, ko Canada ko he, ko America ko he, ko China ko he. Even to us today, China what to omo ne ma bebremu. Bibia enti no, ye besre. NDC for a desperate for power. Ghana for besre mo. NDC for desperation no asset in big time. Eti no de yenka ebetumi atwe Ghana fo adwen so beto aba mayen se ebetumi ayo se entumi yo enye no eno mo dwen ho ye be stress Ghana fo beto ayeso medam wogidie se insha Allah agobe da ne fika no pa adwumadi a ye de beto form a ye to the extent say sabi o amama nyina obi enya Ghana mugidie to the extent no mu nyina eba ha ebe bia plans wa ha
Kessben
Nano mapanyi na nado dan kwafo do beda wase enura na enura chi obi ahui COVID-19 vaccines ene Ghana Senegal Rwanda ye kai enwa bomu a ye be produce no locally masa ye bu my koyanim eyi ye chi ne ye ko after aba Ghana ha hwani e ma aba Ghana di nyina e clear indication say amma man pay for na adwumaku akese nyina no e wo Ghana mugidie under the leadership of His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo ene o mampanyi abedi akire Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia etie besre Mr. Speaker hwe Mr. Speaker mokwa ya amonye fe
Alido
wo nye fe wo ditiri wo Mr. Speaker o nye fe
si form mami
Messi for the say Messi from
I don't pay my then I will attack
you hold the duty to inform, educate and entertain. What get Ghana for? Who ah, Mr. Speaker, eti do bebrebe no na wontim. Ah, eti se mu se ni don ko betina no okasa. Me mama ti wontimi kan bi. O kanu. Won ti Ghana as Mr. Speaker. Me no benya case. Eti di ka ko se nyina na say Mr. Speaker o man no ekoyi.
Alidu the oya no pay the false allegation.
Foundation. Oh, now
the more reason why to the afro wa.
Eya Mr. Speaker. Who ya Ghana ni? Who free Guatemala? Who free Somalia? Who ya Ghana ni? Who? Mr. Speaker, who? Now for saying you don't quite better. Control we cha. Mr. Speaker, one more.
Kessben.
Ejime no case. Mr. Speaker, Ghana for a best. Inshallah.
Matisse for mama.
Be levy no. Minim sa wa gwa Maakye be levy wan sa gakra.
Ka
Ko me ba e be 3 minutes.
Ya ba no so se ya.
Kajima me.
Ah, eti
what kasa for 10 minutes for mama.
Oh, ti. Dr. Kwaku Ajima menu. Sabi papa no wa ya adwuma. Let's be honest with ourselves. Fu say ni don kode enya de obeka bi di aboa ye tiase. But ade a minority ne ye no. Ya besra wo mu sa na ma we emwa wo hwe aba e de bo tachi no eno ara de be bo ba wo
eda ho
sa na ma we amu yi hwe Mr. Speaker obi abedi adanse say at a point COVID-19 vaccines e ho ba ye den no o ma bi e place order ema
Kessben
e be shoto we no obi bonya bi enti ade na ye $10 no basa say ne sabi ade ho ye den na out on the $10 na ho ya dey na obi apibi na got you obi za for 30 gram farmer depending on the way and nipa no the extent at which nipa no hi ade no eti ma po e place order more than $10 na mo ko fa bibi free internet super na mo da ba to say bam at the time na ade no obi ahia no e kodu pempen so a Ghana po onyame po ene di yen afofie yen sanke yanya bi anto simply because at that time no na aye hot cake. Ya form committee no ayehwemu akansem bebre that dan na mo pesa mo de committee ne report no mo ba yema mo committee no presenting the report no mo so gwa kwagina fa ka bibi totobo masa ye mu man say mo pe abai mu aba Ghana for be kai mu Mosomon ka Ghana for them by yes when you are the bank when you take. The more ya mu fees and the money work was a come with the mobile monka. Moma penny catcher say, or no alternative only no, and say IMF. Yes, IMF the Uga, yes, we are one net and watch now. Because IMF now they are calling you buy it. Best Ghana for say NDC for foot.
A little bit as a message about so bringing us to 11 minutes after 9. My making kind messages in the bay and from now a fayan to us on young your name. Where's okay. Good morning to you, Mr. Speaker. Please tell Alido that he said nothing on today's debate. He lost it in the first place. In fact, his facts are baseless. And what they about one for within Ankaho. We say Ghanaians should stop the politicking and politicization of fuel prices because it is not the government of the day who determine the fuel prices, but it is the world market prices that is affecting the local economy. We all know that things are very, very hard nowadays under the able leadership of President Akufo-Addo and the NPP-led administration. But fellow Ghanaians, we shouldn't listen to the change propaganda and the lies from the ex-president Mahama and the NDC. We should just focus and allow President Akufo-Addo to govern us. Made us say the alternative is empty. And with the Abano pay, thank you very much. We say good morning to you. My name is Gifty Kumasi. Kumasi made us say Gifty. So we do a message, about from Kumasi. Dr. Babazamo, master planner, or say Ghanaians should not fall for the NDC's propaganda. President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is still fixing the mess the NDC created. Let us all trust the process. Regards to the Honorable Stephen Intim, incoming national chairman of the New Patriotic Party. Shiftman Ewo Atonsu, or say, I want to plead with the government to intensify the education on e-levy, and Ghanaians would understand it, frankly. Some of us, the meaning of Ghanaians are already to pay taxes, so the majority should pass it, I see. The NDC are not for the good and for the development of the country, but rather for their own selfish interest. Shiftman, thank you very much for a message, I'll say, good morning, Mr. Speaker. I'm Stephen from Amenfi East constituency. Yesterday, President Akufo-Addo's best friend, Dr. Owusu Afriye, was at the School of Law for the official symposium and launch of the Bafwa-Koto Moot Court competition. Okay, you could see how the man talked and the demonstration of wild intelligence and wisdom. We thank him and God bless him. President Akufo-Addo shall surely hand over to Dr. Owusu Akoto Afriye Anna Wode Abba. Sule Ewosunyani KTK, I say the clueless NDC might be afraid of passing e-levy because it will give the government enough funds to carry out its massive infrastructural project, and the sustainable social interventions which has been initiated earlier will make Ghana vote for them to break the 8. The NDC is never happy about this, and therefore the reason for kicking against e-levy. Anna Sule Ode Abba. Sule made us a message, but we kind the other one, Ewaha, not me share there, and also Abba. I'll say good morning to you, Mr. Speaker. I'm from Kumewu. Nanado's government abandoned our polyclinic, but we voted for someone who would have to remember us and fix all our challenges as a community. Okay, made us say any message, I mean, kind the very last one. I say, good morning, Mr. Speaker. God bless you. Okay, made us say, and Mayamra, the issue of a year. UTAX strike plus abronye any nkomodia ekoso ewo krom. Mamembra so Honorable Fuseni na mintio on these two major issues na afi yanko.
Super Mr. Speaker, ma minua Ali Donti asese 2 years now mo ba bema na sebi ihwehwe ni mu policies nko na omode ba yenye we ni nyina no was because the economy John Mahama left ukai IMF and World Bank predictions are omuka say ekwanya John Mahama the economy na fast no by 2017-2018 Ghana will be the best economy in Africa. That was the World Bank report. Omubaye ampanso sika na John Mahama ejamo omo na hihye John Mahama de ato so everything was smooth for them. and some started the almost sabu di omo hini ni oma no nyina bubo mu edi nu nyafu e ma ne sign sika ne sign ya omo started say e kire omo no covid amba omo ko start kra daddy ansa na covid eba. They spent everything before covid. The economy was already on its way to the intensive care ansa na covid neighbor. COVID didn't buy na kokuma. Nti momo try be ye your man say na dey bia na covid. Yes, you started doing things in your first 2 years because of the legacies, the good legacies John Mahama left for you. So there was a lot of things. Hey, enye John Mahama esla na mo de koji loan. Enye John Mahama road fund or dey buy e na mo de no so koji loan. So stop deceiving yourself.
Road fund dey mo na mo de koji loan e UBA.
Yo.
Road fund dey mo.
When I said I koji extended loan.
Na mo de koji UBA.
When I said I koji extended loan this year.
Mo na mo de koji loan.
Oh, minia. So Mr. Speaker, no credit eye ba kope. The chickens have come home to roost. And fuel a drew 79990. Nti fuel no kra na dikai ko breki 8 na ja MPP for no.
Deregulation.
Dollars so and am kwansu ko breki 7.
Deregulation one de ba e mo ban.
And am to aso.
Na ba.
Minia.
E beto ye kwam.
Nsem ni bi o ho a, on say we discuss o radio so kra na. E ya na asefim kaka. Because ye benya obi kra mana be kan nsem bi concerning coup and nya mate me ho fuo and domofo and mabada na MPP. These people should be the last people talking about coup ni san yema in Ghana, because Ghana anya ye nyina afiri mo. Ghana anya ye nyina afiri mate me ho domo MPP UP4.
Ghana dey ayi.
Mo na mo kire Ghana for say dey esi ye coup. Mo betu nkruma ya pass independent kura mo she ko to bok collar eko ohima say manemfa independent kura maye enti obi oho man ma oman yiye pa oman wadi oman ya bra eye mate me hu UP domu a ene mo abeda ne MPP sampani fo no mu di bone no ene omo manom ene omo nananom ene ba ko bakra na be president no ene say ene omo say di abro no. So when we talk about coup, just say me nwanwa say party waiting here stabilizing Ghana for the 4th Republican Constitution for about almost 32 years now. Obi kura attempti coup o Ghana biom. Now because say party no and the president our teso eluzu ye even under your friend saying controversial circumstances. I say oh mejem. Kama nipa nwu akokwa nwu. Ojemu boko. Then you come and sit. Yeah. Na makofa obi ti say abronye enye MPP mu a how can abronye be a regional chairman? Oh, enye MPP mu a how can abronye be a regional chairman? Oh, really? So eja abanasa na meboa. Na say mo party do bi atem na mo so.
Without any competence.
It's not about competence now. Party ben pan is serious somebody abronye be regional chairman.
Party electoral college.
And I make sure say that is it. It's because of the nature of the party. That is why you produce Abronye as your regional chairman.
Okay.
I turn the party in soon in the buying or that particular region. No wonder we almost took all the seats there. Because that is the nature of the party in that region. Ebiani etehu Ashanti region hey. Ohu, inti party ni soon in the buying and a check and ni oho. Na NDC akoyi chairman bi ti se na nakwasi. Now the neighbor to your friend said they go change gunuku. It does it. So you look at Nana Kwesi, then you look at the posture of the NDC in Ashanti region. No wonder we are getting results. What you say? Namo sumako yi abronye. Namo sis no. Bako kura eka kura no nyame nkwa ka eji firi mu nsem. Nke ye twa zero ewo bono region ho. So and the kind of things he says because the guy wants attention. One, he's underachieving in that region. He's not doing anything useful in the Bono region. Into no upper attention say party ni bohu so onu so ye bibi. Into yanke kan bibi keke. Now I could now say John Dramani Mahama. Obi a onu kra oluzu onu akonya kra otimi sa afru playing. Edi eko asenim kwakache Yaya Jamela onu yeso jeni se masa we luzu a twon. Kessben. But for John Dramani Mahama, nka Yaya Jamel on tiase.
Yes man. Na obi ayasma.
O tiase.
Yes man.
Okay.
His tenure as ECOWAS leader. Well, who could kura mienu Africa how? And so eja obi tenure as ECOWAS leader, e hu ku nkwa miensa. Nka nan kura e betoso. Now because nipa we and now on akaida aka bomuna just this reckless statement. Na a certain media IGP so on so entertainer no so shedaka yes they were friend bisa as the ochini be just for media stunts. What are we doing as a country? We are not being serious.
We said in media say Messanso about also be we are not being serious. Mamemra a year Alidusona maintain 21 minutes after 9. I think we're joining here. This is Kessben FM 92.9, Kessben FM 93.3, Kessben TV across the country. And we will share live, and then around the world we are live on Kessben FM 92.9 on Facebook and Kessben TV on Facebook. 18 pacho my comment no enfree embra. But making kind few ones are pay more na yetime ento aso komensa ewo eye pillar 2 ana ediwe ede eba. E-levy will come and break the 8th in 2024 elections regards to Mary Posh, incoming NPP National Treasurer by Komensa pillar 2 made us say. Ben Achampon said this government is worse among all the governments we have seen in the last 38 years. Ben Bedasi, teacher constitution, we are more say is live. And pay Bedasi said what join here, teacher constitution. Kwame acidity, Makan Wodi no dada, and a feya or second day, Makan Wodi no dada. Alido, my member also not mintio na yanko.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker. The Dikai, coup. Yeah, the Kessben. Any quans Ghana ni Kessben. Entertain that. If you say coup, a yard pa. Na no minua Oliver Womawo Vomawo metu nefu ewo baabi se omo ne homo je no nya se obenya baabi ne bre na sansem na okokan no on retracting in tem for the sake of onoa ni image ni onoa ni reputation yes sir it to continue to live with him until that kingdom come. Okay? Mr. Speaker.
Kessben.
Coup. Oko Portuguese mua.
Alido.
Coup. Eye coup. Oko Swahili kase mua. Coup eye coup. Bono coup ye coup. Busanga, Dagomba, Wala. Bebia coup ye coup. Na ade ha dwen kese pa ne se coup si o maimua. Hwe bibia nya dwuma bio. The survival of the fittest. Sebio awon bi na wo kakra na wo de age babia na obia boje wo so. Enti no ye nyinara ye gitum se ku enya de pa. Enti no matter the extent of debates ayeye ene dede ayebeye ene mentemi wase beba ye ntem ni nyina no ku de me ye nka bi da efise enya de pa na minua Mr. Speaker minua Oliver
Miteo
Vomawo NDC apenso na o presidential staffer true or false
when a kwakasa asem no kire mo
and then your mom allegation
oye
ni di no ye den no wo he
oye presidential staffer
abronya se no so be ka bi
nya yenim na yenim
it's not true.
Na me MC ochina won ka
oh jai
ya presidential staffer na minua yi ekọ kan se E-levy no aye ba be pass no se ye pass E-levy ono be lidi am ya yoku enti pa Mr. Speaker Fuseni donko wa ye chairman District Security Council da
Kessben
ma ye chairman Municipal Security Council da ade ba ko a empempi no security person emfa ni agrokra ne se wate bibia edi oyo ne beba oman mu anakrom say ye no kro baabi asem no obia no so kwatwe asem no na wo hese anye bia eye no kra na say ye no kre oyo ne di nyina no so odi akiri na menua yi ye frɛ no ya kwache no a NDC for so monti da say adan na ya kwache wo no ono wo superhuman being e wo Ghana ha ono de oye different kura ya kana sema yeye eba ye no sabi obeka ya sitting MC Metropolitan Chief Executive second dita kurade on the police ni nya issue me ne wo kase ye chi no de no court me ne wo kase wo court ya suspending wo adwuma mu na ban na wo ne ti abenwa so ye te Ghana ha mo sori a culture of silence one na ekoka bi a o ma panyi dada John Dramani Mahama mpo ono kura e ka bi culture of silence e wo he Ghana o ma panyi dada Ghana na o kan wasemi ana o ka Sudan na Somalia Ghana culture of silence sir Mr. Speaker okobrane kwotna
Ali do ba wonim de akoso in recent times yes
meba na meka be okobrane kwotna radio so ana TV so kase o mampanyire ene na be de akirire num ejejinsa ase tonton abra anye no kra na awo case na police for frɛ no na o kase won kɔ ni ekɔkye no a o se culture of silence e wo he ocha obi ana obi ti radio so ojiji nko fo sika o megwa ko minister we megwa ko minister obenya dwuma mawo nipa no etua ya we hwehwe road minister so edi na ede nam yi nipa no ba be lodge complain say nipa so message me wo teku sempo say o de ba ma mezumanya ntwobo kakra minister so a onsoma obi minister so a ohun hwe minister so a ne dinam minister ko complain e fra wa culture of silence okobrani akwa radio so say o mampanyi yire ne ma e presidential jet ekwa London akwa shopping Mr. Speaker na MPP no unima dey tade uprising eba o maimu se timamufo ete sa asem we say o mampanyi yire ne ma e the presidential jet ekwa London akwa shopping aba na unimabufu a sa asem we ebe hye timamufo de ansa na timamufo no ebe hye o mabufu amoma kwakwa ya de ensem fata na de oyo na ne ha obeba no ehu sa enye no kure no na asem ase ya wie wo se ontena onye hwe ha ye fra wo se bra be kirem so a culture of silence ben baby a culture of silence ye de ba ebe kasem ne se wo hu bibia eye no kure ensem fata no waka amiaka se aden eno na culture of silence enye baby a because of se wonya akwanya se o ti radio so wonya kwanya say o publish bibi wo newspaper enti utumi ka bibia ye ka ene na kako de ka bia no e wo say agitum masa propaganda o we ntwato so Mr. Speaker ye twa sento wo so a
so for mama yes
me de bia sa asemo e ka no throughout the week say me alidu ma ye victim of propaganda da minim said the propaganda betua ye nipa hwe se wudi a kire se ye se o we leader enye hwe eti wo de Germany nka masa sa no one defend ho na unya kwan defend ho bio me de me o kama se me ne me de wo be kokot o me de masa Germany nka eye me politics me 2027 is
okay
Germany eti o man panyi abedi a kire ni wa panyi re no nyina no mo mu Germany nka ne mo mu Germany nka china wo ye politics doesn't mean say ye fo ani menye fom culture of silence ni Ghana
me da say
culture of silence John Mama kwaje Ford no obi gas wa kwaje Ford wa kwaje Ford Mr. Speaker enu bi no uko kan no ne ka se da bi ne echewa culture of silence because kwaje Ford kana zuwe ho what I say eti bibia yopo bibia
me da say redo me da say mama fast na ni ba wo mo don't call anafe ura ali de sedo representing the NPP and the NDC omwada roma anano pay wo mo bebo aye ma ye de Kessben Maakye dwumade nyina no e de bre ya na ye de kanewu no ato also one kind Sejo ene na pamfo e de midfield action no e de beto also so me di Kwame Appiah Kubi anopen so ahana domadom ye ya ye de o si o tuna ye fiada ye beba na ye de na wotwe mu de nyina no e de aba besi. Good morning Ghana.
Oh my cousin on son. I said, "But that's already natural."